You're gonna love this. You are gonna fucking love this. Now. Some of you will know the twist that this is gonna take, and some of you will not. But I promise you, I was not expecting this twist. So look, this has only had 4K views. I shouldn't be sharing this. I should not be sharing this, honestly. But here we are. So this is from 2019. Okay, so if my haircut's a bit different in it, that's why, right?
Hello there. I'm a World of Warcraft salesman. I like to...
So straight up, fair play. Honestly, yeah, he's got my face like completely down. The voice, absolutely. He's got me wearing a sweater, which I do often, like fair dues. He got the teeth right. Yeah, well, actually, he's improved my teeth quite a lot. But I've never worn brown trousers in my life. But apart from that, it's a very good picture. Now, some of you might even have spotted already where this cartoon might go. There's a reason why I'm happy sharing this, because obviously I wouldn't really be sharing this with you if I thought it was a really genuinely good takedown and it made me feel bad, okay? Now I'll admit, when I first started watching it, it did make me feel a bit bad, and like I say, something happened which made me go, oh, actually I'm really, really fucking glad that this guy doesn't like me. And it's the same way a lot of these things go, honestly. It's the same way a lot of these things go. Like, quite a lot of the time when I see people slagging me off online, eventually it goes in this direction, which is really interesting. I don't know why. I think I can suspect why, but we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, at the moment, this is busting my ass. This video is destroying my asshole with facts and logic.
To poop in my pants, and I like to talk on the webcam, mate. I live in a brick building, and I like to talk about the Blizzard lore. My wife's got an art history major, which means nothing when the migrants invaded. One of
Didn't take long, did it? When I say it goes places, it basically begins places. Bear in mind, there's 1 minute of this video left. Who are the people in black cloaks? I'm really glad you asked. Yeah, I think these are supposed to be Muslim women, I think. Which would match with the sign that says migrant shop here at the back. I'm gonna let the whole thing play.
And I like to talk about the Blizzard lore. My wife's got an art history major, which means nothing when the migrants invaded. One of the highlights of my life was telling Mark Kern to fuck off.
I mean, in fairness, that's true. So we are standing Mark Kern on this channel as well, by the way. I love the idea that the entire thing that prompted this person to spend what must have been minutes making this this animation is the fact that this person was very offended that I told Mark Kern to fuck off. Mark Kern just said some shit. I told him to fuck off, and then I made a joke that, you know, someone said that I was obsessed with Mark Kern because I was joking about him on stream, and I said I often think about Mark Kern, often when I'm having sex, because it makes it last longer. And that offended like a lot of people who really stan Mark Kern.
When Asmon was cyberbullying me, I cried myself to sleep. I like to whore myself out to Blizzard games, but when people call me out as a salesman, I just tell them I'm a YouTuber. I sort of look like Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. So
what I love about this cartoon is that it could feasibly be quite on the nose, but they just can't resist being really fucking racist. It's so mask off. Yeah, exactly. It's like, if they just managed to resist being racist for like 5 minutes in their life, it could have been quite like, you know, on the nose maybe. It could have been quite like a cutting fucking like takedown, right? But it's just like, just couldn't resist being really fucking racist.
When the migrants invaded, they left me alone. I couldn't say the same for my wife, but you know what, mate? They were quite nice, giving me a bottle of milk while I got to watch. Mwah. After I told Mark Kern to fuck off, he banned me. Boom! I got banned. Being who I am, it did feel quite right getting banned by a man who actually did something with his life. Mwah. I bought some of...
Oh, look at this! Look at this! I forgot about this bit. This bit's brilliant. I'm surprised they haven't gotten upset about how much you support the LGBTQ plus community. Well, I mean, look, you can only have so much like right-wing shit in one cartoon, right?
Of Belle's bathwater for the wife, and we sprinkled it all over our naked bodies. It was quite right. She liked to call it performance art. I like to call it the deal of a lifetime. Well, that's it for today. I'm gonna go on selling a rubbish game. Cheers, mate. Mwah.
And the reason I point this out is as an example of how often, not always, I'm not trying to dismiss all criticism of Taliesin and Evitel in these terms, but you'd be very, very surprised how often criticism of me online is based around the idea of immigrants and or just black people fucking my wife. Like, you would be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't. In terms of how often that kind of thing usually crops up in conversation normally, I think, it usually says more about the person saying it than the person they're saying it about, right? It's a big surprise. People who use cuck as an insult are very focused on being cucked. Yeah, totally. But I'm just thinking, like, if there was someone I didn't like, and there was someone that I wanted to make look foolish, the fact that the way I would choose to do that would be to imply that their wife is cuckolding them specifically with foreigners. And it's like incredibly weird, isn't it? Have you seen this? Do you want to come in? Sorry, Evitel sometimes keeps check on my streams.
I'm enjoying this stream. I'm watching this stream. I'm having a good time.
Well, for a start, look. I know what you're thinking, Evie. You're thinking, but you've got to remember, this is in 2019. This is before you had your laser eye surgery.
I mean, my chest hair.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was just your chin hair, working its way down.
Yeah. No, it's coming from the bottom up. Okay, so I have to admit, I saw like a thumbnail for this video or something, or I think I started watching it somehow. It came up, and I immediately clicked away because I was like, oh, this sucks. I'm really sad. I'm really sad that I didn't watch the whole thing because, oh my God.
You didn't know you were in it. You thought it was just a takedown of shilly Taliesin.
No, exactly. But I just love how 10 seconds in, it just gives itself away, and it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, it's racism, and it's racism which is also obsessed with me being boned
coming for our women,
multiple, right? Yeah, exactly.
Coming for our women. The violent foreigners coming for our women.
Oh my God.
And that's what it is. And it's like,
oh my God,
something this person obviously thinks about quite a bit. It is something that they do seem really obsessed with, honestly. The idea of brown people fucking their women.
And who's
violently?
To say? Well, yeah. Well, that's the implication.
Thing as well.
That's the implication, is that it's.
This guy is offended because he thinks I'm a wow shill, and that's fair enough. Genuine. If that's it's a criticism which I think is inaccurate in many ways, but it's a criticism. Fair enough. Throw it out there.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's clearly just as offended that I'm not anti-migrant, I guess
it is incredible how it's kind of all these things.
It's it's so weird to me. He's as if not more offended by the fact that I don't hate migrants, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should be flattered that this dude spent however long it took to make this thing thinking about me being railed by a bunch of dudes. I don't know. He had to think about it. It sounds funny
for you to even say it. I'm sorry.
Is he saying that I have a useless degree because I couldn't fight them? I don't know.
I mean, you do have a useless degree.
Well, of course I do.
Not as useless as mine, but
it's
great.
Where it's from, though. Do you know?
He
neglected to mention.
That's how I know this is an inaccurate cartoon.
Exactly.
That's the most offensive thing.
Where my useless degree is from.
That's the most offensive thing about this entire cartoon. Imagine not mentioning it, that you got your degree from Yale.
I know.
Imagine not mentioning that.
Well,
disgusting. That's worse than any of the racism.
Maybe he thinks other people will think it's cool to have these opinions, and maybe.
Well, here's the thing.
You know what I mean? It's other people will love this.
One thing I haven't done, and one thing I'm never going to do, is read the comments on this video, right?
No.
Because actually, I think it might be against terms of service for Twitch. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
But no, he is. There's not a single point where the guy making this cartoon has stopped and gone, maybe I'll get called out and my life ruined from all the fucking racism in this video. Like, so he knows he's playing to a gallery, right? He knows he's playing to an audience that's going to kind of lap it up. Yeah. And like, that's the thing, it's kind of like a genuine, not genre, but it's a genuine thing, like in this part of like the internet space.
Because
like,
I stay out of that internet.
Yeah, but this constant kind of like memeing on the idea that anyone you don't like, anyone on the left of you or whatever, like they're a cuck, man. Don't worry, because they're a cuck. And not only are they a cuck, but their wife is getting violently railed by people who aren't white.
It's true.
And it's like, because I don't think he's talking about Polish migrants.
No, exactly. I don't know if he knows. Oh no. I don't know if he knows.
Also, what it does is it completely nullifies like any genuine criticism that I could take from this video.
Yeah,
like, it takes away any kind of personal hurt that I would feel from this video.
You got your crow's feet right.
He did get my crow's feet right, but he's given me a much nicer beard. I've got to say, like that beard is much more consistent, and my belly. I know this is 2019, right? But my belly is looking fucking trim, and I am down with. Yeah. Seriously, I'm totally down with that. Why does Evie have chest hair in the cartoon? Because like there's always room to be misogynistic as well.
Well,
right?
Exactly. Like not only am I being railed, sorry,
well, like okay, so the whole idea of like the whole fascination with foreigners and particularly brown foreigners, kind of molesting our women, right, and cucking our white men, that's obviously racist, but it stands to be said that it's obviously incredibly misogynistic as well, like as a stance as well. So like it's not just a racist thing to say, it's also an incredibly misogynistic thing.
It's also because I'm also such like a low grade woman.
yeah, for sure.
That only they, whatever this group he thinks he's talking about, only they would actually be interested in me because I actually have a hairy chest. I'm disgusting. Oh my god.
Yeah, and right wingers say they don't like intersectionality, right? But here we see it in action.
That's really good.
Glad you guys can laugh about it and not worry about it. Well, I mean, like, what else are you going to do when you're on the internet, right? But no, like, genuinely, I won't lie, this cartoon had the potential to upset me, right? And had the potential to be quite upsetting to me. And like, it's pointless to lie and say that you don't get upset by any mean comments and that you don't get upset by people kind of coming for you, and particularly when they involve your wife and stuff in it as well. Of course, that's incredibly hurtful. I'm very glad that our kids hadn't been born when this was made, because guaranteed this person would have come after our kids as well, and that would have been shit too. And I'm just glad that he never had the chance. But like, obviously there is the potential to be upset by this, but, 20 seconds in, you're just like, I am so glad that this guy hates us. So, like, most of the cartoons that this guy makes are about, like, Asmon and Esfand and Tips Out. Now, just because these people are in these cartoons doesn't mean that he's making fun of them necessarily. From what I've seen, generally, like Asmon and Esfand come off quite well, but Tips Out, and I can't for the life of me think why, but Tips Out does not come across very well in these videos. He's another one that like this guy goes for really, really hard, and I don't know why. Must be he probably just rolled a dice, right? Oh, so another thing people like this are obsessed with is the idea that London is like mostly Muslim or something, because London has for 2,000 years been a hub of immigration and ethnic kind of diversity, right? So that's very offensive for some reason, and I think this is like Stormwind is supposed to kind of vaguely hinting at the way London is all Muslim or something, because that's probably something else he hates about me, is that I live in London for some reason. I don't fucking know why. Again, it stems from like a blatant racism, right? Well, at least he doesn't make me out to be full-blown Welsh. He doesn't know what a Welsh person is, let's be real. I'm from the southeast, and London is poopy, to be fair. Yeah, but it's poopy because like because the beer is expensive, not because it's full of brown people. Like, yeah, London is shit. But London is shit because of rampant inequality and like financial inequality, not because there's like rich ethnic diversity. All I've heard about London is that the rent is so high no one wants to live there. No, the rent is so high because everyone wants to live there. Rents don't get really high if no one wants to live there. Look, man, I love London. London's great, and one of the things I really like about London, and cities generally are just, you get to a certain age and you're just done with cities. And if this wasn't something you'd ever noticed before, then you're definitely going to notice it now. Like, forever. And it's like a genuine obsession that people on a certain kind of political spectrum have. And it's a genuine fear that they have. And what I'm saying is, it is not a fucking coincidence that this is a big black dildo. Absolutely kind of there under the surface is this like genuine terror. It's like, it comes down to great replacement stuff, you know? I'm not worried about anyone railing my wife, right? Because I'm not scared of my wife cheating on me, because I don't think she's going to. This is really good because this meme, you know, mentions college debt. You know, this woman going to college is one of the things, this woman getting an education is one of the things that ruined her life.
My wife's got an art history major.
Why are they obsessed with female education as well? I didn't even notice that one. But yeah, there's an obsession with female education too. That's so weird. The same people who are obsessed with non-white people cucking them are also obsessed with women having an education as being a bad thing, right? It's so weird because they're threatened by it. Yeah, no, absolutely, 1000%. Like, you watch this cartoon. Actually, this makes me feel like a really big dick superhero. But you watch this cartoon and it's literally like a list of things this guy is scared of. Like, this cartoon is just a fucking parade of shit that this guy is scared of, with me front and fucking center.